a young real estate entrepreneur was assassinated in Puerto Rico, the Paradise Island, causing shockwaves. As the police began their investigation, they uncovered a horrifying plot by a former beauty queen. During the manhunt, the police even arrested the wrong person and wrongly convicted someone. It wasn't until the FBI got involved at the request of the victim's father that a new suspect emerged. However, it took over a decade for the perpetrator to be caught due to their intricate schemes and exploitation of legal loopholes in various countries to escape justice. This shocking case has made the world bow in admiration at the cunning and cleverness of the witch widow. So what plan did the perpetrator devise to evade justice for over 10 long years? Explore this sensational story with many thrilling details behind it. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive notifications whenever a new video is released. The setting of this story takes place in Puerto Rico, an island in the American Commonwealth. Puerto Rico is famous for its stunning beaches, with crystal-clear blue waters, fine white sand, and bright golden sunshine. Known as the Enchanted Island, this beautiful country attracts many people to develop their business careers and enjoy life. However, what is rarely anticipated is that, despite Puerto Rico's outward appearance of peace and charm, the island is not without its share of cases that have caused global shock. On the evening of September 22, 2005, under the cool and pleasant atmosphere of Puerto Rico, a shadowy figure stealthily emerged from the night and walked into the cobblestone streets of Old San Juan, a historic district in the heart of the Puerto Rican capital. The faint orange glow from nearby street lamps illuminated a long knife held in the hand of the mysterious man. Immediately, this figure charged forward without hesitation and repeatedly stabbed a man walking down the street. A piercing scream rang out in the darkness of the night, but the perpetrator continued to attack, beating the victim with a stone until it struck his head. In the moment of crisis, the assaulted man managed to scream to his beloved, "Run, my love, run!" His words, filled with pain and desperation, served as a final plea for help. When the San Juan authorities arrived on the scene, they discovered the victim was Adam Anhang, a 32-year-old Canadian real estate investor who had just moved to the island. Accompanying Adam was his wife, Aurea Vasquez Rios, also known as Miss Puerto Rico Petite. While Aurea was taken to the ambulance, Adam succumbed to his injuries and passed away on September 23rd. Red blood stained the island throughout that year. In 2005, Puerto Rico recorded 766 murders, a rate 3 times higher than New York, a record figure that raised widespread concern. However, Adam's case was just the beginning of a longer and more complex story that no one could have anticipated. Adam Joel Anhang Ooster was born and raised in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, in a family with a tradition of intellectual pursuits. As the son of lawyer Abe Anhang, Adam was nurtured in an environment full of encouragement and respect for intellect from a young age. From his early years, his passion for business became an integral part of his life. Abe and his wife, Barbara, clearly saw that Adam was not just an ordinary child, but one with determination and a desire to pursue a career in business right from the start of his schooling. Abe recalled the first moment Adam walked into kindergarten with his little backpack. He found it both strange and amazing. "I never thought my son would carry the spirit of a grown man, even though he was so tiny," Abe Anhang shared emotionally as he remembered his son. After completing his studies at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, one of the most prestigious business schools, Adam built a close-knit group of friends and gained valuable relationships. Lisette Calderon, a close friend of Adam, remarked, "He has the warmest heart of anyone I've ever met. Whether you need friendship or advice, whatever you need, he's ready to help and is always there for you." After graduating from college, Adam moved into the hotel development field. This interest led him to Puerto Rico in 2002, when a hotel developer approached him to finalize a significant deal. With his sharp intelligence and boundless creativity, Adam quickly came to love the stunning beaches of this island, as well as the opportunities for growth and development it offered. His rapid success, coupled with his intelligence and kind heart, made Adam an attractive prospect in the eyes of many of the opposite sex on this paradise island. However, among the thousands of people, only one blonde girl made Adam's heart flutter: Aurea Vasquez Rios. This 23-year-old girl is not only a young widow but also a former Miss Puerto Rico with an irresistible charm and elegance. Adam and Aurea met at a lavish party where the sparkling lights and melodious music created a romantic atmosphere. From the very first moments, they were captivated by each other. Aurea's humor, intelligence, and striking beauty quickly won Adam over. Feeling he had found a special girl, Adam did not hesitate to show his interest and affection for Aurea. To prove his deep feelings, Adam decided to gift Aurea a luxurious present, a high-end restaurant. Aurea, with her talent and passion, decided to name the restaurant Pink Skirt and took on the task of managing it. Although the gift was a sign of Adam's admiration, Aurea's greed did not stop there. She always craved more, and her satisfaction seemed never to be enough. In early 2005, Aurea Vasquez Rios surprised Adam greatly by announcing that she was pregnant. As a devout Catholic, Aurea and her family convinced Adam that marriage was the only option in this situation. Influenced by advice from family and religion, Adam decided to organize a lavish wedding in March 2005. The only mistake he made was not informing his family in Canada about his upcoming marriage, which left them completely surprised when they found out. As a successful businessman, Adam had become more cautious and requested Aurea to sign a prenuptial agreement just one day before the wedding. The reason for this caution is that Adam's net worth is estimated at over $24 million, while Aurea has only about $62,300. After the wedding, the true nature of Aurea and her family began to show. Aurea moved her entire family into Adam's home and started spending his money extravagantly. Mike Waller, a close friend of Adam's, stated that he quickly realized that Aurea was only interested in his money and reputation, which is why she decided to marry him. Before long, Adam discovered that the pregnancy was fake, and the entire situation was a scheme aimed at his money and status. Adam felt deeply disappointed to lead by a scam to coerce him into marriage. Their marriage quickly fell apart just 6 months later when the true nature of the beautiful Miss and her family was exposed. When Adam proposed divorce, Aurea and her family firmly opposed it and even threatened to have Adam taken care of by underground forces if he dared to resist. Terrified by the greed of his new wife, Adam decided to move to a separate apartment, hire bodyguards, and begin the divorce proceedings. At this point, Aurea's family no longer made an effort to maintain a polite facade and started to strip away their masks. They saw Adam as a ticket to a luxurious and comfortable life in Puerto Rico. In fact, they even believed that Adam would be more valuable dead than alive. A cunning plot was orchestrated by the entire Aurea family while Adam was in the process of finalizing the divorce. On the evening of September 22, 2005, Aurea invited Adam out for dinner with the intention of discussing the divorce after a period of reconciliation with him. Believing it was just a simple meal and wanting to quickly finalize the divorce proceedings, Adam decided to let the bodyguard rest to make the meeting more comfortable. Adam did not foresee that this would be a serious mistake, leading to his death. As the couple walked back to their car after dinner, just before midnight, a man emerged from the shadows with a knife and a brick on the cobblestone path. During the attack, Adam was still worried about the safety of his beautiful wife, Aurea. Aurea sustained severe injuries to her leg and head and was taken to the hospital for treatment, while Adam did not survive. The attack on Adam, a real estate entrepreneur, shocked the island of Puerto Rico and sparked much speculation about the motive behind the crime. Initially, the police suspected that this might be a robbery, but Old San Juan, where the incident occurred, is a safe area of town. Moreover, the attacker did not seem to target Adam's property, as he did not lose any valuable items. From this question, the police began to suspect that the perpetrator might have had a personal grudge against Adam for revenge. Witnesses described the attacker as a tall man who fled towards the La Perla neighborhood, a poor area of town. When a detective arrived at Pink Skirt to question Aurea a few weeks after the attack, he noticed a man who seemed to fit the description given by the witnesses. The man was Jonathan Roman, a 22-year-old dishwasher with no prior criminal record, who was working at the restaurant where Aurea managed. The police immediately arrested Jonathan, but the young man refused to answer questions related to the case. A witness identified Jonathan as the attacker of Adam in September 2005, among several other suspects. The witness testified that they saw the attacker talking to Aurea before gently assaulting her, only after Anhan was brutally attacked. Immediately after, the police arrested Jonathan Roman, despite the case having many gaps. Jonathan was convicted of murder in 2007 and sentenced to 105 years in prison. However, one question remains unanswered. Has the case truly been resolved, or are there still unresolved issues? Since Adam, his 32-year-old son, was murdered on the cobblestone streets of Old San Juan, Puerto Rico, Mr. Abe's quest for justice has stretched on for years, filled with frustration and helplessness. He is convinced that the man accused by the Puerto Rican authorities, Jonathan Roman, is completely innocent, as there is no physical evidence linking the young man to the crime committed against Adam. If robbery was the motive for the attack, then why was Adam's money, a substantial sum, not taken? This only heightens Abe's doubts about the accuracy of the accusations. Abe's doubts go beyond merely denying Rivera's innocence. He has started to speculate about a larger conspiracy. According to the terms of the prenuptial agreement between Adam and Aurea, Adam's estate is valued at over $24 million. Therefore, Aurea would be entitled to a maximum of $360,000 in a settlement. But after Adam's death, Aurea, as the widow, had the right to claim a much larger compensation. Less than 6 months after Adam passed away, the Vasquez-Rios family sued the Anhan family for $8 million in assets, raising suspicions about their true motives. With this argument, Mr. A believed that his former daughter-in-law, Aurea, might have been involved in Adam's murder in order to seize the enormous sum of money. Unable to accept the unjust loss of his son, Abe turned his suspicions to the FBI, the largest and most reliable investigative agency, hoping to achieve true justice. The FBI agreed to investigate the case, opening up a new opportunity for Mr. Abe in his relentless battle. While waiting for the results from the FBI, Mr. Abe was not idle. As a father, he decided to continue the search for clues himself. He began talking to people who had known his son, those who might provide valuable insights into Adam's life and death. These conversations were not just about gathering information, but also a journey to reconnect with his son through the memories and stories of those who had been close to Adam. Mr. Abe knew that this fight was not easy, but with determination and patience, he continued, not giving up, to uncover the truth behind his son's death. By the time the FBI officially got involved, a new suspect had emerged, changing the entire course of the case. The agents, after an extensive investigation, discovered a suspicious name, Alex El Loco Pabon. In the trial of Jonathan Roman, a defense witness provided crucial information. She claimed to have witnessed the murder and identified the perpetrator, who was not Roman but Alex. When the FBI began questioning Pabon, a notorious drug dealer, he had no choice but to confess to his crime. Pabon admitted that he was the one who murdered Adam. Even more shockingly, he revealed that he had been hired by Aurea with a staggering fee of $3 million to carry out the assassination. Pabon also mentioned that the conspiracy did not end there, but was also linked to Aurea's sister, Marcia Vasquez-Rios, and Marcia's boyfriend at the time, Jose Ferrer Sosa, who had planned the attack with him. According to Pabon's testimony, it was Aurea who lured Adam to a restaurant, where she led him to the place of the attack. Witnesses described that when Pabon began his actions, Aurea neither screamed nor ran away. In fact, she even had a brief conversation with Pabon before he pushed her down, injuring her enough to create the appearance that she was also one of the targets of the attack. With this new evidence, Jonathan Roman was completely exonerated. After being released, Roman did not hesitate to sue the police and prosecutors for $12 million in damages. However, the greatest challenge now is bringing the real perpetrators of the case to justice, Aurea and her family. Aurea was indicted in June 2008 for hiring a hitman to kill her husband, but seemingly anticipating the situation, she had devised a larger scheme to prolong her trial. Sensing the unstable situation, the former Miss Puerto Rico fled to Italy in 2006. Italy is a country that does not extradite individuals accused of crimes that could result in the death penalty. Abe, a man of principles and responsibility, found himself in a difficult position, facing the deceit of his former daughter-in-law, Aurea. In his role as the executor of his son's will, Abe decided not to pay any money to Aurea until the investigation into his son's death was completed. Although Adam's millions were no longer available, Oria did not cease in her efforts to protect herself. With her intelligence and cunning, she chose to marry an Italian man and have a pair of twins. This decision is not only a strategic move to legalize his residency status in Italy, but also a means to seek protection under a new guise. Mr. Abe knew that Italy has strict protection policies for the mothers of children with Italian citizenship, which could make Oria immune to extradition. While the FBI is limited in its authority abroad and cannot intervene directly in the case, Abe is not bound by such restrictions. Abe hired private investigators to track Oria and learn about her life in Italy. The investigators discovered that Oria and her Italian husband were separated, with the husband gaining custody of the twins. This not only caused Oria to lose a crucial protective ticket, but also opened up opportunities for Abe and the authorities to continue their investigation. The detective also discovered that Oria was living under an alias and had claimed to be a Jewish widow, despite the fact that she had never officially converted to this religion while in San Juan. The identity change and adoption of a new persona showed that Oria had attempted to create a perfect cover to avoid detection. Every step she took was meticulously calculated to protect herself from pursuit. But Abe, with his persistence and determination, was not easily deceived. He continued his journey, not only to seek justice for his son, but also to expose Oria's schemes and bring her to light. 2013 marks a significant turning point in the years-long investigation involving Oria, a woman who had given the FBI a headache. Oria, a woman with a beautiful appearance and a talent for disguise, exploited deceit to live a new life as a Jewish widow, serving as a tour guide for Jewish groups across Europe. For many years, she lived like an ordinary person, leaving no trace of her involvement in the crimes she had committed. However, in 2013, the FBI discovered an opportunity to apprehend Oria by executing a sophisticated plan. They knew that Oria frequently guided tours for groups from the US, so they devised a plan to lure her from Italy to Spain, a country with less restrictive extradition policies. Oria, without a shred of doubt, accepted the offer to lead the group and set off for Madrid. On June 30, 2013, as soon as Oria landed at Madrid airport, she was immediately arrested. Although her arrest was a significant success, the path to justice faced a serious setback. The extradition process from Spain was expected to take between 6 to 9 months. During her detention, Oria did not waste the opportunity to exploit the situation. She continued to use her seductive beauty to attract another inmate serving a drug sentence and became pregnant by him. The pregnancy delayed the extradition process and made Adam's family, the victim of Oria, wait once again. Oria, now a mother of a Spanish citizen, attempted to use her rights to request the court to block the extradition. However, this delay did not last forever. In the summer of 2015, Oria was finally extradited to Puerto Rico on a private plane belonging to the FBI director. To ensure the extradition process went smoothly, federal prosecutors signed a declaration with the Spanish authorities that they would not seek the death penalty in Oria's case. Meanwhile, Oria's sister and Sosa, another accomplice, also faced charges of conspiracy to commit murder. More than a decade after Adam's death, Oria was arrested, largely due to the tireless efforts of Mr. Abe, a father who never ceased in his quest for justice for his son. On October 3, 2018, Vasquez Rijos and her two accomplices, her sister Marcia and her boyfriend Jose, were all convicted. All three faced life imprisonment, with the initial sentencing hearing scheduled for January 29, 2019, but later postponed 3 times. On March 15, 2019, Oria Vasquez Rijos, her sister Marcia Vasquez Rijos, and Marcia's boyfriend Jose Ferrer Sosa were all sentenced to life imprisonment. For Mr. Abe, the moment Oria was sentenced was a memorable milestone in the more than 10-year-long journey to bring the perpetrator to justice. He shared, "I was determined from the beginning that whoever committed this crime would pay the price. Forgetting about it would certainly help us, but you cannot forget that your child has died before you. If you lose a child, you can never truly close that chapter." Even at the sentencing, Oria showed no remorse for her crime. When the hearing ended, Vasquez Rijos yelled at Mr. Abe, "Are you happy now?" "Shut up," the grieving father replied, his voice marked by exhaustion and an unending sorrow, despite the fact that the perpetrator was caught his son was forever gone.